All right, boys and girls, this week we're going to be talking about how to use commas in a series of things. Okay, so we're going to watch this brain pop do the quiz. Here it goes. Take it away, Annie.
I had a weird, exciting dream last night. I dreamed we were on a big, mysterious island. We were lost. We hiked through the thick, green jungle. We came across a strange statue, a black horse, and a polar bear. Later, we saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke. We ran away, tripped on some rocks, and fell down. Then we discovered a secret hatch. We didn't know where it would lead, but we opened it. I don't know what happened next because I woke up. I'm writing about this in my dream journal. I had a weird, exciting dream last night. I'm missing a comma. A comma is a punctuation mark used to separate words, numbers, or ideas. When do you use commas with adjectives? An adjective is a word that describes a noun. When you write, you use a comma to separate two adjectives that are next to each other. Let's see. I had a weird, exciting dream last night. The words weird and exciting are adjectives that describe the dream. They're also right next to each other. So I need to add a comma to separate them. We hiked through the thick, green jungles of the island. The words thick and green are adjectives and they're next to each other. So I should add a comma between them. When you write, make sure you use commas carefully. Moby is a silly and cheerful robot. The words silly and cheerful are adjectives, but they're not next to each other. So you don't need a comma. But if you wrote the sentence this way, you would need a comma. How do you use commas in lists? You use commas to separate 3 or more items or events in a list. Moby has an apple, pear, and a banana. The commas separate the items in the list. Without commas, the sentence would be really hard to read. Commas help make sentences clearer. Colin, Becca, and Tasha play a game. You need to use commas to separate the names in the list. Put a comma after Colin and one after Becca. No, Moby, you don't add a comma after and. You only separate the items that are part of the list. Since the word and isn't one of the items, you don't need a comma after it. Let's see, what else happened in my dream? We came across a strange statue, a black horse, and a polar bear. I definitely need commas in this sentence. I have to be careful and not separate the adjectives from the nouns that they describe. I put a comma after strange statue and black horse. We ran away, tripped on some rocks, and fell down. I definitely need commas here to separate the list of events. I add a comma after ran away and after the phrase tripped on some rocks. After you write, You should proofread your work and check for mistakes in punctuation. What did you find, Moby? Whoa, a hatch. Where do you think it goes?
Okay. So you can see how we use commas and they can make our writing better. I know there's someone out there going, please, let's do the easy quiz. Let's do the easy quiz. All right. Here it goes. We'll do it together.
Start to mark the end of a...
All right. Which is a correct way to use a comma? To separate 3 or more items in a list. To mark the end of a question or a sentence. To start a sentence, paragraph, or essay. Or to describe a person, place, thing, or an idea. Well, I know I don't put a comma at the end of a sentence, so it can't be B. And I don't start a sentence or a paragraph with, or an essay, which is just like, an essay is like a, when you write something kind of for school. I don't start them one with a comma. To describe a person, place, or an idea, those are adjectives, so it must
to
be
separate 3 or
A.
more items in a list.
All right, Annie. Relax, girl. Which sentence uses commas correctly? So Mia has a pen, pencil, and an eraser. So I have a list of 3 things. So I need commas. So the first choice has, I don't want her to talk, has a comma after pencil. Well, there's 3 things. I need at least 2 commas. So that can't be it. Mia has a pen, pencil, and eraser. B has no commas. Mia has a pen, pencil, and an eraser. Okay. Or Mia has a pen, pencil, and an eraser. See, whenever I say I have a comma, that's telling the reader to take a breath. And we don't take a breath after and. So the right answer must be C. Correct. Whoop, whoop. An adjective is a word to describe a noun. Which word is an adjective? Weather, sunny, wind, cloud. Now, which word can be used to describe something else? Weather is a noun, what the weather is doing outside. Sunny, wind, cloud. Now, wind and cloud could be really simply made into an adjective if they added that suffix y, okay? Windy day or cloudy day. But sunny already has that y, so that's an adjective. How can you rewrite the sentence using a comma? The hot, humid weather makes me tired. Okay. The hot and humid weather makes me tired. That way that sentence is written, it doesn't need a comma. Okay. The weather makes me hot, humid, tired. The weather hot, humid makes me tired. Well, that kind of confuses me. That can't be it. The hot, humid weather makes me tired. I'm doing a pause after humid. I don't need to do that. The hot, humid weather makes me tired. Yes, there it is. Because I have a comma to separate hot and humid because those 2 adjectives are next to each other. Question 5. Which sentence is correct? The tall, thin tree sways back and forth. Well, tall and thin are 2 adjectives next to each other, so I separate them with a comma. So that might be it. The trees grow in the bright, sunny yard. Okay, I see 2 adjectives there, bright and sunny, and they're not separated by a comma, so that can't be it. The tree's leaves are green, yellow, and red. Well, the comma is separating are from green and yellow, from green, but are is a verb and green is an adjective. That can't be it. The squirrel and bird sit on a branch. Okay, yeah, you want a comma before and, but you would have to, if it said the squirrel, the chipmunk, and the bird sit on a branch, then yeah, definitely I need a comma before and. But since there's only 2 things here, that can't be the right answer. So it must be A. Okay. All right, Moby's doing the dance. We did a good job. Look out, you're gonna have a little activity to do on not adjectives, maybe a little bit with adjectives, mainly adding commas. All right, ladies and gents, be good.